welcome back.
Thank you.
Are you ready with a fun fact for us?
Yeah. Are we gonna do something fun for like the 50th episode? I think we should.
I'm down.
That's a story for another day. But my fun fact, this is actually I think a good one. Who was the first NBA player to win a championship in 3 different decades? And I'll give you a hint. He won all three with different teams.
Was it recent?
No, it was not recent.
Okay.
The three teams are the Pistons, the Bulls, and the Lakers.
Bulls,
You're not gonna get it. The correct answer is John Sally.
Oh yeah, no shot. I would have got that.
Not a chance.
The second one was Tim Duncan. So
That was what I was thinking.
yeah,
But I knew he probably wasn't first.
but those were all with the Spurs too. So
Yeah.
9. I was trying to think if anyone else is close in this that's active now, and I couldn't think of any. I was like, well, I guess LeBron, but he didn't win it in the 2000s. So
Yeah, that'd be the problem.
yeah,
So it would have to be like a player that's recent.
it had to be someone like young that won a late Kawhi. No, the Raptors title was
pretty cool. Oh yeah, cool.
the Raptors title was too early. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, because I don't think he'll win it by 2030.
it's a tough thing to do too because you have to come in the league at the right time. Like you have to, you have to win like early in your career, but it has to be end of a decade, basically.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I don't think we'll see one of those yet.
it'll be tough for sure. Patrick McCaw.
Honestly, yeah, he's probably has the best bet.
Actually, no, still the wrong one. Still the same decade, all three of his.
Yeah, but you could get one now,
I guess so.
and then still be a bench player later on.
Yeah. I guess that's true. How was the podcast without me? Did it go well?
You know if you listened.
Yeah,
That's actually unfair that you made that deadline because I've been really busy. So
you
I don't
could have listened to it on your drive back.
Yeah.
I didn't drive back. I flew back.
You could have
Even
listened to it on your
better.
fly back.
Dude, I don't know if your guys take on flying. I don't like flying. I'm not scared of flying, but I feel like I'm cheating human nature by being in a plane.
I'm not a big fan of flying. I don't like. I'll fly, but I'm not like excited to fly.
No, people that are excited to fly are psychopaths,
Mhm.
honestly.
It's not right.
It's better than driving for 6 hours if you're going to take like an hour-long flight, but
That's true.
if it just scares me. It's like I'm so far above the ground.
It's better if you don't think about it.
I'm not
I also-
smart enough to understand the laws of gravity and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's witchcraft. Nobody understands it.
If man was meant to fly, they'd fly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just
Yeah.
over my head completely.
I also have a pretty fun fact. I saw this on Instagram. Do you guys know that Apple has enough money to buy every major sports team in the world?
I did see that.
That's crazy.
That was terrifying.
I feel like that can't be true though. Like I guess major sports team, right?
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause-
you think about the teams that aren't major sports teams, like that much money after that isn't that big of a difference
I
after you
feel
bought
like-
every single major sports team.
I feel like you're underestimating how many minor sports leagues there are.
It was major.
No, I know. I thought when I first heard you say, I thought you said like all sports teams in the world.
Major sports team.
I guess that makes sense. That's crazy. That is big time crazy. All right, we got our top 5 point guards.
Don't skip on the Grizzlies, Kyle.
Oh, I forgot we did Mount Rushmore.
Grizzlies have a Mount Rushmore.
I did prepare for that too, but on my notes I did the point guards first. So
That's fair.
that's my bad. This was a terrible Mount Rushmore. I'm a little bummed I missed out on the Lakers one. Did you at least say my picks in the podcast?
We all had the same Mount Rushmore.
Oh, that's a little bit awkward.
Yeah. It was in a great moment. I ended up changing mine at the end. I put Nick Young in there. And Kwame Brown.
Is this
Wow.
like the all-time busts?
Don't call Nick Young a bust. It's disrespectful. All right, but for my Grizzlies Mount Rushmore, I did Mark and Powell, Mike Conley, and Zach Randolph.
Okay.
I had the same as Matt, not to make it worse, but this is just a tough. I think
It's really bad. I want to put Tony Allen in just because he's funny, great defender, but
I think there's only 4 All-Stars in the Grizzlies, and the fact that Mike Conley isn't one of them is shocking.
in his time there, yeah.
Yeah, it's shocking. I think the other one's Sharif Abdul-Rahim or whatever. But
Pretty sure
that
Mark
was a
made an All-Star game.
What's that?
Mark made an All-Star game. Did Powell make one when he was there?
That's what I'm saying. There's only 4 All-Stars. It was Powell. Yeah, he did. Mark,
Okay.
Zach Randolph, and then Sharif Abdul-Rahim with the Vancouver Grizzlies. So I don't know. I feel like we can count that, but
Well, they have John Morant now.
yeah, so they'll get some more. DP, what'd you have?
Wait, who's your guys' fourth? You had.
I had both Gasols, Zach Randolph, and Mike Conley.
Okay. Mine's a little bit different.
Okay.
I had Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol. I did not do Pau Gasol. I went to split up with some guards. I did Mike Conley, and I did Tony Allen.
Okay.
Can I add an honorable mention too?
Sure.
This guy's not going to make a Hall of Fame, Mount Rushmore, but Jason Williams, White Chocolate,
Yeah.
deserves a bit of a shout out as the
Was
maybe
he
the number 5 guy. What's that?
Was he on the Grizzlies?
He was not for very long, but he played for him early in his career.
Okay, because I know Mike Bibby was there.
Yeah, I thought about Mike Bibby too. I feel like if I was younger, I would have, or if I was older,
Yeah,
I would have taken Bibby. But
yeah, I think that's the kind of difficulty of this.
yep, for
All right,
sure.
Kyle, would you like to start us off with your top 5 point guards of all time?
Yeah, you want me to? I'll go 5-1. I'll go.
Okay.
5th was tough. There was three guys I thought about for the 5 spot. I thought about Jason Kidd, I thought about Steve Nash, and I finally decided on Chris Paul, which I feel like is an underrated. What I think is ridiculous is that if he stays healthy, he's going to easily be top 3 all time in steals and assists, and he's an 11-time All-Star. So I think he gets underrated a little bit because he's been a great player, but not always been the best player on his own team. So he doesn't really get it done in the playoffs, but he's been number 5. A lot of contention there with other guys, but we'll get to that later. Number 4, and I can't believe he's number 4 on my list. I have John Stockton, all-time assists and steals leader, 10-time All-Star. But I feel like the difference between 4 and 5 is the biggest gap on this list for me, between Stockton and Chris Paul. The top 4, I think, are probably going to be a very similar top 4 for all of us. Number 3, I have Magic, which might be a hot take. He's number 3, but we can talk about it later. That he's number 3, 12-time All-Star, 5-time champ, 3-time MVP, great player. But he is 6th in assists, and he's not really anywhere close on the all-time points. And he had the best supporting cast member on the list, so he's number 3 for me. Number 2, probably the most underrated player in NBA history. I have Oscar Robertson, 12-time All-Star, MVP championship. He's also the only player that's top 15 in scoring and top 10 in assists. So I figured that got him a shout out for me. And number 1, I have Steph Curry. Obviously, no debate here. I don't think there should be too much of a debate for Steph Curry as the best point guard of all time. He's 33, revolutionized the position. He probably has 5 more years left. 7-time All-Star, 2-time MVP, 3-time champ, probably 3-time MVP to match Magic. Yeah, I don't think there's much debate with Curry number 1.
Now, see, Kyle, I don't have a problem with Steph being 1. I have it close between him and Magic, but I have it Magic at 3.
I don't see a way. If you look at longevity, you look at career, you look at the stats. I felt pretty comfortable with Oscar at 2. I thought about putting Oscar at 1, but look at Curry, it's no debate.
No, I put Oscar at 5.
I think that's disrespectful to Oscar. Like I said, he's the only player that's top 15 scoring, top 10 assists.
I don't.
Only point guard, I should say. Sorry, only point guard. There's other players that are there, but
No. All right, I'll just go with mine. I put at 5, I said Oscar. 4, I put CP3. 3, I put John Stockton. 2, Steph Curry, and then 1 Magic.
Word. That's a good list.
I'm not putting Magic at 3.
I'm about to blow some minds with my list. All right, coming in at number 5. Kyle said he had the sleeper. I think I actually have a better sleeper. It is a homer pick. I'll admit it. But
oh my God, if it's Rajon Rondo, you can stop.
No, it's Bob Cousy.
Oh my! I thought you were gonna say Rondo. I was gonna lose my shit if you said Rondo.
13-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, also won an MVP. Just great numbers throughout his whole career. Number 4, coming in hot with a hot take, Steph Curry.
What are you on?
Let me back it up. First of all,
this one's worse.
He's not. he's the only player on my list that's still active, so he still can move up. But he's only a 6-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA. He was 2-time MVP.
He's 7-time All-Star. 7-time All-Star.
Okay, 7-time All-Star.
Only unanimous MVP in NBA history.
Thank you.
Also,
best shooter of all time.
He should have been. Okay, yeah, he is the best shooter of all time, but we're talking about best point guards of all time. There's other things point guards have to do, like assist numbers. Like all the dudes on my list have at least 3 more assists per game on the career than him. Also, he's had a very injury-plagued career. And you brought up the fact that Magic Johnson has the best supporting staff throughout his career. That is an insane lie that you just
I don't think that's
up.
a lie. I don't think that's
an insane lie.
I disagree with that.
Look at the dudes that Steph Curry has played with.
I understand.
One of the greatest players of all time, right? He also has Klay Thompson, arguably also one of the best shooters of all time, like probably top 3 in most people's opinions. He's also played – I'm not a big Draymond Green fan, but he has played with Draymond Green as well. And a dude that won Finals MVP, Andre Iguodala. Not a career-wise, he was a lot better before he got to the Warriors, but he did win Finals MVP in that series. He has played with a star-studded cast. Steph Curry obviously has space to move up on my list. He's the only active player in this top 5 for me, but he's number 4 for me.
You're disrespecting the Lakers so hard right now. The short time.
No, I understand the Lakers and what they had.
In my opinion, Kareem played with the 3rd best player, or like Kareem is the 3rd best player of all time. That's who I have number 3 on my all-time list. I have Kareem, and he played with James Worthy. He just played with such good players.
Kareem played his whole career, though. Like, give Kevin Durant a chance to play his whole career and then see what Kevin Durant does.
Yeah, but Steph Curry didn't play with him his whole career.
Magic didn't play – like, Kareem was there for how many years?
Kareem was there for a very long time. He had a very long career.
On the Lakers with Magic?
Yes. He was there for 14 years.
Wow. Well,
damn.
I still stick to my point. I think Steph Curry definitely had a great team around him. There's a reason they won 73 games, and it's pretty easy to say a more competitive NBA today than it was back then, and they still won 73 games. So Steph Curry's coming at number 4 on my list.
I feel like both of those things you just said just helped out Curry.
What do you mean?
You said that he won 73 games and that he was in a more competitive NBA.
Okay, well, what's Curry doing right now when he doesn't have Klay Thompson? He doesn't have Kevin Durant.
He's averaging 40. He's averaging 40. He's going to win
averaging
MVP.
40, but is Bradley Beal one of the best shooting guards of all time? Is he like number 1 on your list? Is James Harden number 1 on your list? Like just because you average 40 on a bad team. I've all
seen the stat where
they're not averaging 40.
Steph Curry also isn't averaging 40 on the season. It's like the past month.
It's terrifying.
Also,
players have done it multiple times in NBA history. That doesn't mean they're number 1 on an all-time list for what they've done one season.
Or at his efficiency.
I mean, there have been players.
Well, it doesn't count.
Kobe averaged like 30-something.
I just want to go out on a limb here with Dylan slandering the just absolute slander for the Lakers. He played all but 2 seasons with Kareem. And I'm going to bring up another stat here to put a little respect on the Lakers. He played pretty much his entire career with James Worthy as well, who is also a Hall of Famer. So,
is Klay Thompson going to be a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Is Kevin Durant going to be a Hall of Famer?
Yes, but he played like 2 seasons with Kevin Durant. So, you're basically saying
Andre Iguodala and Draymond Green probably most likely in the Hall of Fame for what they've done in the championships they have and the accolades they have.
Draymond Green is not a Hall of Fame, and neither is Andre Iguodala.
I'm not saying he deserves to be, but he's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, isn't he? He's been on NBA defensive teams. He's got All-Stars.
I want someone to explain that to me. How he's a Defensive Player of the Year?
Well, yeah,
I've never seen him guard the best player on the court.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after this. I still got number 3. I'm gonna say Isaiah Thomas, not the Celtics one. Number 2, Oscar Robertson. Number 1, Magic Johnson.
Wait, did you leave?
Deserves to be number 1.
Wait. Did you leave the all-time assist leader off your top 5?
I did.
You both have.
I did.
No, I am at 3.
You left John Stockton off your top point guards of all time list, Dylan?
Yeah, he's number 6 for me.
Oh my God, I don't even understand. I feel like I have an argument with Matt's list, but your list is just ridiculous.
I stick by my list.
What's that? Okay. I don't know how you have. If you're a point guard, I feel like
you're so low.
I feel like your 2-man objective as a point guard is to get assists and steals, and you're leaving the guy with the 2 highest, with the most assists and steals
Funny that you mentioned that because in my top 5, Steph Curry has the lowest assists per game by a lot. Like, it's not even close, and the lowest steals per game. So, I mean, like.
Those are your 2 main jobs, but not your only jobs. So.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the 2 main jobs. Why is he number 1 all time for you, especially when he's been injured for like 6 years of his career?
Because he revolutionized the position. I feel
Good
like
for him, yeah.
I think he more
great.
revolutionized the game.
I feel like 20 years ago, like James Harden is a point guard technically. He would have never been considered a point guard 20 years ago. He'd probably been a small forward 20 years ago.
But good for him. Revolutionizing the position doesn't make you the best all time. It just means you changed the game.
Yeah, but he changed the position. You don't really have many guards that are having the same assist numbers as like John Stockton did when he played. It's just not a part of the game anymore. It's more isolation ball. It's tough to put those assist numbers. And part of the reason of that is Curry.
Very good for Curry.
I feel like Dylan's a little biased against Steph Curry. I think it's coming out in the podcast.
See the personal hatred coming out here.
I mean, again, he's not doing shit on a team that he's just not surrounded with all-stars on. So I feel like individual success is kind of important here.
You know, I wouldn't even be that mad if you put Magic above him. I wouldn't be too mad if you put Oscar Robertson above him. But putting Isaiah Thomas above Steph Curry is just blatant disrespect.
Yeah, he passed IT way long ago.
That's blatant disrespect.
I stick with it.
I just doesn't make. I don't understand how you can say Isaiah Thomas is a better all-time player than Curry.
I stick with it.
How do you support it then? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, what do you want? Like numbers?
Anything, literally anything.
Well, sorry, I'm chewing my food.
You bashed my Pistons takes before about how they played against a washed-up Celtics and a too good Jordan. So that doesn't make sense how IT is all of a sudden better than Curry.
Okay, let me ask you something. Who did Isaiah Thomas play with?
He played with some pretty good players too.
I asked who, like names.
Played with Bill Laimbeer, dirty player, but very good.
Who's the best player he played with? Let me put it this way.
It's a tough question. Joe Dumars is very underrated.
Yeah.
Probably it might be the problem is he played with Dennis Rodman before he peaked. He played with Joe Dumars before he peaked. He played with Bill Laimbeer in his peak, but
Exactly.
Bill Laimbeer is like a epitome of a really good role player, kind of like Paul Gasol.
Who's the best player he played with? This is helping my argument, by the way, this moment of silence we're taking.
I don't think it – no,
look how torn up you are about it. And then the question is, who's the best player Steph Curry?
I think
exactly. But there's no clear-cut winner. Like, who's the best player Steph Curry's played with?
No, I think it's really similar. I think it's really similar, like asking, like, look at the Celtics team from 07-08. You had a Kevin Garnett and a Ray Allen at the end of their careers.
Okay.
So who do you think is the best player Paul Pierce played with?
Kevin Garnett, easily.
Okay. I guess that wasn't a good analogy for me. I'm trying to say that he didn't play with anyone at their peak. I'd say Joe Dumars. Probably Joe Dumars.
He didn't play with anybody at their peak. Like, Kevin Durant on the Warriors is like still technically peak KD with the numbers he was putting up, the efficiency he was doing it with. There's nobody that even compares that was on the Pistons team that's as good as Kevin Durant.
That's fair.
Like, Kevin Durant, if he stays healthy, well, I mean, it's probably pretty safe to say this anyways. He's had a better career than Isaiah Thomas, and he's arguably, I think he's a better player than Steph Curry as well. Do you agree or do you disagree?
What?
Who's better, Steph Curry or Kevin Durant?
Who's had a better career?
No. Who's the better player? Like, if you're making a top list of all time, like what we're doing right now, who ranks higher for you, Steph Curry or Kevin Durant?
Curry.
Matt?
I don't know.
See, for me, it's definitely.
I think it's Kevin Durant.
I think it's Curry.
Either way, there's an argument, which means Steph Curry, in some ways, isn't the best player on that championship team. Isaiah Thomas was far and away the best player on his team throughout his entire career.
But that's I just don't. You're saying the NBA is more competitive.
Okay, yeah. So Steph Curry right now, he's on a team. His team obviously isn't that good surrounding him, but he still has some good players. And what's he doing right now? Yeah, he's averaging 31 points. Like, multiple people in the NBA history have done that before, but he's a 9 seed. The best point guard of all time shouldn't be a 9 seed.
Right, but okay. Well, your take is baffling to me.
Why?
Because look at the standings. You have the standing. We can acknowledge the standings are backwards this year. It's a year we've never like had with the COVID and everything. I don't think it's a good analogy to previous years. Additionally, the season's not over yet. There's still playoffs, and the way he's been playing are going to be very tough out in the playoffs.
They're still a 9 seed though.
Okay, well, Isaiah Thomas had many early exits in the playoffs too. He has less titles than Curry does.
Okay, but he didn't have the teammates that Curry did. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think you're really underappreciating how good he played with the 2-time defensive player of the year and Dennis Rodman.
No, I understand how good they are, but Draymond Green, 2-time defensive player of the year.
Okay, so right? that's fair. But when Curry was with Durant, they blew teams out of the water. They were so much better than any team were. They didn't lose in the finals.
Kevin Durant is better than Steph Curry. He was the best player on that team.
True. I don't think that's true. I really don't. Unanimous 2-time MVP. I don't think Isaiah Thomas has an MVP.
No.
He doesn't.
So, I mean, it's just I feel like your bias towards Curry is – I'm not sure why you're biased towards Curry.
I'm like, it's the law of averages. You put him at 1, Matt put him at 2. I'm bringing him down a little bit.
I feel like that's just disrespect.
Why?
I don't know how you can say Isaiah Thomas is a better player than Curry.
Well, I think he is.
But like, give me a stat besides saying his team wasn't as good, because we can disagree on that as much as we want.
You said the 2 main jobs of point guard are assists and steals, correct? Isaiah Thomas, career numbers assists, 9.3 a game. Steph Curry, 6.6 a game. So that's 3 assists higher. Isaiah Thomas also averaged more steals per game. I mean, he averaged more blocks per game. He's obviously better defensively.
The 2 main jobs aren't the only jobs you have.
But you said it's the 2 main jobs of a point guard. He did both of them a lot better than Steph Curry did.
I agree with that. But Curry scored so much more. Actually, steals is probably not true. It's probably assists and points, and then steals became positionless.
I mean,
steals right now. He averaged
really like the point guard's main role anymore, anyway, depending on the team.
Assists.
Like
you said,
LeBron.
Curry scored so much more than him. Steph Curry career average points 23.5. Isaiah Thomas is at 19.2, so it's like a 4-point difference.
I feel like that's pretty significant amount, but.
Well, you look at the All-Stars, Isaiah Thomas, 12, Steph Curry, 6. That's double the All-Stars.
Curry doesn't have where – okay.
You're 7. Sorry, 7. Now I'm looking at stats from a year ago.
You're also – Curry's not done yet. His career's not over yet. He did have injuries.
I just said there's room to move up. But as of right now, I have Isaiah Thomas over him.
I just think this is very disrespectful to my man Stephen Curry. But I also think you guys – I think you guys had a lot of disrespect towards Oscar Robertson too. But that's fine.
I had him at number 2.
You had to? It was Matt that disrespected him.
I had him at 5.
It's tough.
Tough. I wanted to move him up, but I wasn't going to put him over Magic and Steph, obviously.
I feel a little bad at putting Magic at 3, but
you should. But not as bad as putting Steph at 4.
I stand by it.
I think
nothing you guys said changed my mind.
One of the problems with Magic is the statistics aren't as good as you would think they'd be.
But the career's better.
And his longevity wasn't that great.
Not his fault. He got 8. Well, okay, that is his fault.
It is his fault, but he didn't play for very long. And like I said, I think Kareem for me is the number 3 player all time. I know that's probably contentious for some people, but I have LeBron. I have Jordan, LeBron, and then Kareem.
I won't hate that answer.
But yeah. It's. Are you gonna do this for other positions? I'd be curious.
I'm down.
Which one do you think would be the hardest?
It's like the forward position, like small forward, I think.
You think small? I was gonna say small forward too. I actually think center might be pretty straightforward.
Oh no.
I have 3 in my head right now that are clear. Oh, like in my head, I have Wilt, Kareem.
No spoilers, Kyle.
I'm just saying.
No spoilers.
I'm just saying. DP's. I will say Bob Cousy. I didn't think about it, but Bob Cousy might have slid in at my 5 spot if I thought a little more about it. So.
Yeah. I like this argument. It was heated. There were some good points. That makes for good topics on a podcast. We got to do more of these.
I was so worried you're gonna say Rajon Rondo at 5. I was about to lose my mind if you said Rondo, because I know he's pretty high up in assists. I don't know where he is, or it might be steals. He's He puts up good
Not on
numbers,
both.
but if DP had Rondo, I would have been.
No.
I will say, tough that all of us left off Steve Nash. I think he's a 2-time MVP.
He was number 7 for me. If I had to do a top 10, this would be number 7.
Yeah, I think he'd be probably. Actually, I think if I really thought about Bob Cousy, I would have put Cousy at 5, and I would have had Chris Paul at 6, and I would have put Steve Nash at 7, probably.
One thing that hurt Steve Nash, he only averaged 14 points, and he is like, when you think about Steve Nash, you think about assists, but there's a few other guys on this list that average more assists than him, like Isaiah Thomas, like Oscar Robertson, like Magic Johnson. So,
yeah, but I think there was a point when Steve Nash was like, I think he had 2 back-to-back MVPs, kind of similar to Curry, except Curry actually won championships.
One of them also should have went to Shaq, though.
Yeah, it was questionable. He's also only an 8-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA, so those numbers are a bit low as well.
How do you think Shaq would be viewed now if he won a title with those Phoenix teams? Because I think didn't they reach a Western Conference semifinal, or am I messing up my errors? Because Shaq played for 85,000 teams.
Yeah, I can't remember the end of Shaq's career.
I don't think he did with the Suns. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, I know they went to a Western Conference final or something like that.
It's possible.
Yeah, we'll
I don't
see.
know if it was with Shaq, though.
Yeah, I feel like Shaq should get a little more like recognition for winning titles, for reaching the finals with 3 different teams. No, yeah, I think it's 3, right?
It's 2.
No, he reached the finals with the Magic. He didn't win with the Magic.
He reached. Oh,
Yeah,
he did reach with Magic. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like not a lot. There's not a lot of teams that have won with 3, like star players that won with 3 teams.
LeBron.
So, it's like who else beside LeBron? Kawhi came close.
You said star players?
Yeah, Kawhi came close.
I mean, Kawhi could still do
Did
it.
he come close? He blew a 3-1 lead.
Okay, not okay. Well,
Yeah.
Kawhi has the best chance of an active player probably to do it.
Yeah, without an active player.
I can't think of any others.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
Stats.
we all just agree on this, though. If Joel made that shot at the end of the game,
I was
that
gonna
was
bring that up.
solidified MVP right there.
I was gonna bring that up. That's
I watched
crazy.
that live.
I did too. I was like, I saw it like roll. I was like, yeah, and then I was like,
I was kind of
I
happy. He
was
would have been
so
so
heated.
annoying. If he made that, oh my God, he would never stop talking about
I
that.
feel like it's hard to bank that shot in. I was thinking
Yeah.
about it because
there's
it's
just
coming
no
off the glass
effort
so
from one
hard.
hand.
You got to get more arc in it if you're gonna try and bank it.
That would have just sealed the MVP right there.
Yeah, that would have been tough. How can we just talk for a second? I'm gonna get just wrecked when we talk about our preseason predictions, and rightfully so. They were terrible. I was very good about the Knicks. I did say I think the Knicks are going to be really
You
good.
did
That
good.
was my only good one.
That's true. 8 game. Well, technically, Kyle, you're also the closest for MVP.
I don't even know how. You know what?
Kevin
You know what
Durant.
pissed me off? I was seeing this NBA graphic, and it was like Defensive Player of the Year, like ladder. You know who was number 2? Bam.
It's
I said Bam for the wrong award.
Bam is 3rd, Kyle.
Oh, he's 3rd? Oh, okay.
3rd.
Still, I said him for the wrong award. It's tough.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony Davis got hurt.
Gobert.
Yeah.
3rd's
Wasn't
not
my
close.
Okay. Well, he's at least in the conversation for that. He's not in the conversation for my other award. So
Yeah, well, Simmons is in conversation for the award I picked him for. All that.
Kyle, congrats on your Knicks take. They're playing very well, but I would be insanely happy if that was a Celtics first round matchup. I would be 100% okay with that because they're the 4 seed right now. We're like
You're the
5
4 seed?
and 6. Yeah.
Good for the
Knicks.
Knicks.
We're the 5 seed. I don't even care if we have home court advantage. That's a sweep or that's 5 games right there. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like this is trademark Coach Tibbs, where he goes to an organization, they win a lot quick, and then they just like
Fade out.
And that's
they
it.
fizzle out. Yeah.
Probably no. This could. I mean, I'm just kind of surprised with the talent they have. They're where they are.
Yeah.
I told you, don't sleep on Julius Randle. He's an all-star. I said that. I will say, imagine if Obi Toppin was as good as I had him up to me, they'd be like the 1 seed.
Well, he's not even close.
Nope. I picked the wrong rookie from the Knicks. Should have been Emmanuel quickly. But
LaMelo Ball coming back, by the way. Still Cleveland
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year.
LaMelo Ball coming back to snatch it.
Okay, did anyone see Anthony Edwards say that if you gave him a month, he could throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball? That was – I get how he's trying to be funny, but that is
Love
one
it.
of the most ridiculous takes I've ever heard
Love
in
it.
my life.
Hey, at least he's competitive.
That's just like arrogance, I feel like.
Well, you know what, Kyle? His overconfidence hopefully spills over to the rest of the Wolves. Maybe they start actually trying.
I feel like the Wolves have always had a sense of overconfidence and entitlement considering how bad they've been, but
Mostly Cat
yeah, it's true.
and Wiggins.
Cat's weird because I feel like you can't give him too much crap because of what he's been through, but at the end of the day,
No, we can give him a pass on this year, but that does not change his whole career.
yeah, it's true.
His whole career has been like this. This year's the only pass he gets.
Seeing that we have like 8.5 minutes left, Matt, do you want to address your Zion take that you talked to us about?
Okay, I can. I will say I haven't – I decided to watch some highlights, the game highlights to back it up, but the problem with that is obviously the highlights. So I can't completely – I have to watch some more Pelicans games so I can fully back this.
You can save it for a different episode if you want to.
And I think I'm going to save it. I got to watch at least one more game.
Okay, word. It's a teaser.
Yeah.
Zion story to come.
Breaking news.
I'm fairly
That's the
sure this
breaking news.
take will be accurate when I can watch some more games.
All
This
right,
isn't from
I'll be
me,
ready.
Dylan. I'm saying Matt's take is going to be breaking news.
Oh, okay. I'll argue the other side.
And you're gonna drop it on him when he drops the signature shoe too, which is a little disrespectful. But
Honestly, I'll give him the colorway is a lot less terrible. That makes the shoe a lot less terrible.
Yeah.
But still.
I have a nice little discussion point that I didn't put in the notes because I forgot to, but I meant to. But the PGA, you're gonna laugh at me, but the PGA is institute, which is golf, because I know Matt probably doesn't know that, is instituting a new player money pool where they give they have the top 10 like player brands, and they divvy up prize money among those top 10 players. And I feel this could work really well in the NBA. Like obviously like LeBron will get it, but it encourages more like fan interaction and like building up and being an ambassador for the league. So I just thought that'd be good because you have some superstars who, like Giannis, for example, is one of the best players in the league, but I feel like he's not very vocal on social media. He's not vocal about the NBA. Whereas you have guys like I don't know, like LeBron, I think is a really good ambassador. I think Luka's a good ambassador too. I don't know, just my opinion. Like Steph Curry's a good ambassador, but I think a con of it is it's going to reward the top players more money than they already have.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense.
Has a problem with Luka sometimes.
Like what about him?
Like how much he complains.
Yeah.
Like just the lack of I'll see him complain and just not get back on defense. I'm like, you're not good at defense to begin with. You at least try to get back because this doesn't help you. So I feel like there's a problem with the Mavs.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna make like middle school basketball and high school basketball like just terrible because I think kids are watching these NBA stars like constantly argue. I'm not saying I didn't argue when I played basketball. I did
argue all the time.
But I think I was pretty polite about my arguments. I just like make a face behind the ref's back. I didn't say anything to their face, so they didn't see it. But
But they're doing it way too much.
Exactly. Like I stand by it. Sometimes when a ref made a good call, I'd say like, "Hey, good call, ref." Yeah. They probably thought it was me being sarcastic, but I actually meant it sometimes. So
no, because I know Dylan saw this with the Warriors Celtics game when Draymond Green started like jumping up and down, like claiming Tatum traveled.
Yeah.
When it clearly wasn't.
Not even close.
I don't know what he was complaining about. I'm like, if kids see this, like, it's gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
It happens in every sport too, which is just actually doesn't happen in baseball. You can't really commit a foul in baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could argue with the ump.
You could argue with the ump, but then they just like toss you.
Yeah.
Baseball has a rule where if you argue with the umpire at all, you pretty much get tossed.
It's a tough look. I mean, couldn't be me. I would never complain to a ref, so I can't relate. So.
One of the biggest lies I've ever heard in my life. The ref should have more power. They should be able to toss.
Whoa! They should definitely not have more power.
I don't care. Players talk back too much, Matt.
Dude, refs. I mean, what about Tim Duncan laughing on the bench getting ejected?
Yeah, that's bad. But like there's bad refereeing.
Terrible calls on top of it.
If you're making good calls and people.
No, my point is if they make a terrible call and then you argue, you shouldn't be ejected because they made a bad call.
Well, that's why you got to make good calls. If you make good
Well,
calls,
that's my
they're
point. Like,
arguing.
if they make a good call and you complain, I have no problem if you eject them. But if they make a bad call and like, what was it yesterday? I think it was Chris Paul pushed Danny Green, and Danny Green yelled at the ref because it was a foul. And then the ref teed him up. I was like, you missed the call. You can't be mad at Danny Green for being mad. You fucked up your job.
Well, Chris Paul's just a good instigator. You got to respect. Game's got to respect.
Yeah, but Chris Paul he literally just was a simple offensive foul. Like, did Paul get a little too annoyed? Yes, but like at the same time, it was pretty obvious.
Chris Paul's got to be an expert at getting under players' skins, I feel like.
Oh, 100%.
That's another thing that we
are the best.
Is like if you're reviewing a play, you should be able to go back and change it to the correct call. It shouldn't be like situational. Like if it's an offensive foul, you should be able to change it to that. Like Danny Ainge was talking about it on a Celtics podcast I listened to. It's like if you're reviewing if the ball goes out of bounds on somebody and the dude's arm gets hacked and then it goes out on him, it shouldn't be the other team's ball. They should be able to overturn that and then call a foul. Like if you're gonna replay it, get the right call. Don't make it situational.
Well,
sorry, you go.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think they overuse replay in NBA.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I feel like the problem is if you do that, it's gonna cause too many delays.
I'm just saying if you're going to replaying it the right call. Don't make it situational. I'm not advocating for more replays, but if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah, I don't know what tennis does for their replay, but they have replay. Their replay is like 10 seconds. I swear, you watch tennis.
Not too many options.
But they need to get something like that, like with out of bounds. Like it's about inbounds and out of bounds, and it takes them like literally 10 seconds to do it.
Yeah,
NBA needs to find something like that.
The NBA still has like they have to look at the clock for how much time to put back on.
But they only do that at the end of the game, which kind of bothers me. Like they don't do that if it's like 8:47 left in the second quarter. Nobody cares. So I get how the end of the game is
left to play. If you do that like at every one of those situations, take forever.
No, I understand that. But if you look at like really, there's 48 minutes in the game. So if you bring back 3 seconds at 8:47 in the second quarter, and you bring back 3 seconds with 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter, it's still 3 seconds in the game time. So why do you do it at the end of the game, but you can't do it early in the game? It should be blanket throughout the game to conserve time. Because college basketball, NBA is the same thing. It takes 20 minutes to play the last 40 seconds of a game, and that's just it's tough to watch. Game. It's just, but even then, it's still tough to watch. I get the fouling, but at least there's still some action. When it's like constant reviews, it's like I don't even want to watch this anymore.
No, I get that.
Yeah. Good debate. A couple good debates today.
Yeah. It's a good podcast. Went by really quickly.
Yeah.
We have Kyle back now.
Yeah.
I did not like that face.
Yeah. That's a no-go for me.
Shout out Jake Dyan. Forgot to give him a shout out today. Sorry that you didn't get a podcast last time. We apologize.
That's wait for Kyle. I think our viewers understand.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone needs a vacation, so.
It's true.
When did me and Matt get ours?
I had mine.
What'd you
What's
say?
that?
I had mine very early on.
That's true. I'm the only one that's missed the podcast yet.
DP, where are you going to go on vacation?
I don't know, dude. I don't know at all.
Where are you going to spend that Dogecoin money?
Actually, if it blows up big, I said the first thing I'm going to buy is a Tesla. Pay back Elon Musk for what he gave me.
That's fair.
Here's the thing. I want a Tesla, but Tesla might be the worst car to have in Vermont.
Yeah, probably. Well, for now. As long as you charge it, like, when you get home, though. Like, you can plug it in at your house.
I was talking about the roads are so bad. I wouldn't want to, like, damage it.
That, too.
I just want, like, a Subi or something like that. It's not glamorous, but it gets the job done.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's what they say about Kyle's game.
Wow.
It's not glamorous. That's a little uncalled for.
I feel like that's accurate. You're not flashy.
Hey, you know what's tough? I didn't get to play intramurals this year or last spring. I got like my whole intramural season taken away from me.
Same.
So did everyone, Kyle. Shut up.
It's tough. It's tough. It really is tough.
No, you know what's tough is losing in a championship for 3 straight years, and then you don't even get revenge.
Was it Eric's fault?
No, it was different teams every time. It's a sad moment.
Probably your fault, honestly.
Whoa.
Clutch gene, 0.
Wow.
That's not my fault.
0. I'm never in a game when it's clutch time, so you can't say anything about me.
We got less in a minute, by the way.
Yeah.